We live in a world obsessed with success. But what does success even mean? For many, it's a simple equation. Success equals wealth. We're caught in a rat race. We chase bigger paychecks, larger houses, and fancier cars. We work longer hours, sacrificing our time and health. But does anyone ever reach the finish line? Or does the wheel just keep spinning? This relentless pursuit of more has consequences. We've become disconnected from what truly matters. Relationships suffer. Our health deteriorates. We lose ourselves in the pursuit of things. But what if there's a different path?
Our values have shifted. Material possessions have become the ultimate status symbol. We compare ourselves to others based on what we own. Social media amplifies this, showcasing curated lives of luxury and excess. It's easy to get caught up in the comparison game. This shift in values has come at a cost. We've become a society that prioritizes having over being. We chase the next purchase, the next promotion, the next rung on the ladder. But in the process, we neglect our well-being, our relationships, and our values.
What if we paused for a moment? What if we stepped off the treadmill of consumerism? What would we find? The answer might surprise us. True fulfillment comes from connection, purpose, and inner peace. It's about spending time with loved ones, pursuing our passions, and making a difference in the world. It's about living a life of meaning, not just a life of accumulation. This is the true wealth we should all be striving for.
From a young age, we're bombarded with messages about success. Advertisements tell us we need the latest gadgets, the fastest cars, the biggest houses to be happy. We're conditioned to believe that happiness is just one purchase away. This constant messaging seeps into our subconscious. We start to equate material possessions with success and ultimately with happiness. The problem is, the allure of more is a never-ending cycle. There's always a newer model, a bigger diamond, a more exclusive experience to crave. We get caught in a trap of wanting, acquiring, and then wanting more. This insatiable desire keeps us stuck on the hedonic treadmill, always running but never truly arriving.
Section 2. The Illusion of Success.
We often measure success by external markers: income, job title, material possessions. Social media exacerbates this, presenting a curated highlight reel of other people's lives. We see their exotic vacations, their perfectly decorated homes, their seemingly effortless successes.
It's easy to fall into the trap of comparison, feeling inadequate, when our own lives don't measure up to these carefully constructed images. But what we often miss is the full picture. Behind the filtered photos and boastful captions often lie insecurities, struggles, and unmet needs.
True success is not about outward appearances. It's about living a life that aligns with our values, finding joy in the journey, and making a positive impact on the world around us.
Measuring worth in dollars.
When we buy into the idea that material wealth equals success, we begin to measure our own worth in dollars and cents. This belief can become deeply ingrained, influencing our decisions and shaping our lives in profound ways. Our jobs, our salaries, our possessions become extensions of ourselves, defining our place in the world. We start to see our achievements and failures through the lens of financial gain or loss. This mindset can lead to a dangerous sense of inadequacy and insecurity. The constant comparison to others' wealth can make us feel perpetually insufficient, no matter how much we have.
Those with less may feel like they are not enough, constantly striving for more, while those with more may find their identity and self-worth precariously tied to their wealth. This creates a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction and anxiety. This distorted view of worth can also erode our relationships. We may start to value people based on their financial status rather than their character or the joy they bring into our lives. We may find ourselves valuing people based on their earning potential or social status, prioritizing professional networking events over genuine connections. This can lead to a sense of isolation and loneliness, even when surrounded by others.
When our focus shifts from intrinsic worth to net worth, we risk losing sight of the true treasures in life: love, connection, compassion, and the inherent value of every human being. These are the things that truly enrich our lives and bring lasting happiness.
Remember the story of the golden calf? In the book of Exodus, while Moses was receiving the Ten Commandments, the Israelites grew impatient. They melted down their jewelry, crafting a golden idol to worship. They yearned for something tangible, something to fill the void of uncertainty.
Today, money has become our golden calf. We chase it relentlessly, believing it holds the key to happiness and security. We build our lives around its pursuit, making decisions based on maximizing income, even if it means sacrificing our health, relationships, or values.
We become slaves to our desires, working longer hours, taking on extra responsibilities, all in the pursuit of a higher number on a paycheck. But just like the Israelites, we end up worshipping a false idol, one that ultimately leaves us empty and unfulfilled.
Sacrifices at the altar of affluence. To appease the god of money, we make sacrifices. Time with loved ones is the first to go. We miss birthdays, anniversaries, and school plays, justifying our absence with the need to provide.
Our health is another casualty. Stress manifests in sleepless nights, anxiety, and a myriad of physical ailments. We trade our well-being for wealth, only to realize too late the high cost of this exchange.
Even our ethics can be compromised on the altar of affluence. We turn a blind eye to unethical business practices, justify greed in the name of competition, and prioritize profit over people. The pursuit of wealth, when left unchecked, can warp our moral compass, leading us down a path we never intended to travel. Rituals of the rich and restless. The pursuit of wealth comes with its own set of rituals, often disguised as necessities. The daily commute becomes a pilgrimage, a test of endurance in traffic-jammed highways and crowded subways.
We sacrifice hours of our lives, time we could be spending with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, or simply enjoying the gift of being alive. Meetings, presentations, and networking events become our sacred ceremonies. We dress in our finest attire, speak in the language of profit margins and ROI, all in the hopes of securing our financial future.
But are we truly living, or are we simply going through the motions, trapped in a cycle of work, consume, repeat, debt? The chains of consumerism. In our quest for more, we often fall into the trap of debt. Credit cards become our golden handcuffs, allowing us to purchase items we can't afford, fueling the illusion of wealth and success.
We become slaves to monthly payments, interest rates, and the constant pressure to maintain a certain lifestyle. But this perceived freedom comes at a cost. Debt weighs us down, adding stress to our lives, straining relationships, and limiting our choices. It keeps us tethered to jobs we may not enjoy, preventing us from pursuing our passions or taking risks that could lead to greater fulfillment. We become trapped in a cycle of working to pay off debt, only to accumulate more debt in the process.
Our relentless pursuit of economic growth comes at a steep price. We exploit natural resources, leaving behind polluted rivers, depleted forests, and a changing climate. The very air we breathe, the water we drink, the land that sustains us, all bear the scars of our insatiable appetite for more.
We sacrifice the health of our planet on the altar of progress, forgetting that we are intricately connected to the natural world. The human cost is just as devastating. Workers in developing countries toil in dangerous conditions, earning poverty wages to produce cheap goods for our consumption. We turn a blind eye to their plight, choosing convenience and affordability over ethical production practices.
In our quest for material success, we've become increasingly disconnected from the things that truly matter. We spend hours each day glued to our devices, consuming a constant stream of information, entertainment, and advertising. We crave the next notification, the next dopamine hit, the next distraction from the emptiness within.
This digital dependence isolates us from each other, eroding our sense of community and belonging. We mistake virtual connections for genuine relationships, amassing followers and likes instead of cultivating meaningful bonds. We prioritize quantity over quality, accumulating possessions, but neglecting the needs of our souls. We become a society of individuals, each striving for more, yet feeling increasingly alone in our pursuit.
The pursuit of wealth often stems from a deep-seated belief that having more will make us happier, more secure, more worthy. We convince ourselves that the next promotion, the bigger house, the fancier car will finally bring us the contentment we crave. But the truth is, happiness derived solely from external factors is fleeting and unsustainable.
The initial thrill of a new purchase fades quickly, leaving us wanting more, always chasing the next dopamine hit. This cycle of desire and acquisition keeps us trapped on a hedonic treadmill, running in place, but never truly arriving. We accumulate possessions, but our hearts remain empty. We achieve success, but it feels hollow without genuine connection, purpose, and inner peace, chasing shadows.
We chase after money, believing it will bring us security, freedom, and happiness. But what we often find is that the pursuit itself becomes a prison. We sacrifice our time, our health, and our relationships on the altar of affluence, only to realize too late that we've been chasing shadows. The things that truly matter, love, connection, purpose, inner peace, cannot be bought or sold. They are found in the quiet moments of reflection, in acts of kindness and generosity, in the pursuit of passions that ignite our souls.
The wealth within.
We search for riches in bank accounts and stock portfolios, but true wealth lies within us. It's the wealth of the human spirit. It's about our capacity for love, compassion, and connection. These qualities are not measured in dollars and cents. They are the treasures that bring true and lasting fulfillment. Think about the moments you felt truly alive, truly content. Were they tied to a purchase? Or were they moments of shared joy, deep connection, or a sense of purpose? When we tap into our inner resources, we discover a wellspring of abundance that can never be depleted.
Finding fulfillment beyond possessions.
Fulfillment doesn't come from accumulating more things. It comes from living a life aligned with our values. It's about investing in experiences, nurturing relationships, and making a positive impact. It's about finding joy in the simple things, a walk in nature, a shared meal, a moment of laughter. Imagine a life where you prioritize experiences over possessions. A life filled with adventure, connection, and purpose. A life where you measure success not by what you own, but by the impact you make on the world around you. This is the life that awaits when we break free from the chains of consumerism.
We can choose to shift our focus from having more to being more. This means cultivating gratitude for what we have, rather than constantly striving for what we lack.
It means prioritizing experiences over possessions, relationships over transactions, and inner peace over external validation. This shift in perspective requires a conscious effort. It means questioning the messages we've been fed about success and happiness.
It means being mindful of our spending habits, consuming less, and appreciating more. It means defining our own values and living in accordance with them.
Time is our most precious commodity, yet we squander it chasing after things that ultimately hold little value. We work long hours to afford a lifestyle we barely have time to enjoy.
We fill our days with errands and obligations, leaving little room for the things that truly matter. Imagine if we reclaimed our time. Imagine if we said no to the unnecessary commitments, the draining obligations, the endless pursuit of more.
Imagine if we dedicated that time to our passions, our loved ones, our own well-being.
We stand at a crossroads, a pivotal moment in our lives where the decisions we make will shape our future. The path we've been on, the path of relentless pursuit of material wealth, has consumed us. We chase after success, often at the expense of our well-being. This relentless pursuit has led us to a place of imbalance. Our planet is hurting, showing signs of distress. Our relationships are strained, filled with tension and conflict. We feel a deep sense of unease, a void that material possessions cannot fill. There is a yearning for something more, something meaningful and fulfilling.
The good news is, we have a choice. We are not bound to the path we are on. We can continue down the same road, chasing after shadows, always in a hurry, but never truly arriving. Or we can choose a different path, one that leads to peace and fulfillment. We can choose to prioritize people over profits, experiences over possessions, and moments of joy over fleeting pleasures. We can seek inner peace over external validation, finding contentment within ourselves.
This is not about rejecting money altogether. Money is a tool, and it can be used for good. It's about aligning our financial decisions with our values, making choices that reflect what truly matters to us. It's about using our resources to create a life of meaning, not just a life of accumulation. We can make a difference in our communities and in the lives of others.
We can start by asking ourselves some tough questions. What are we truly chasing? What do we hope to achieve? What price are we willing to pay for our ambitions? Is it worth the cost? What will our legacy be? How do we want to be remembered? Will we be remembered for the size of our bank accounts or for the impact we made on the world? Our actions today will define our legacy. The answers to these questions will guide us towards a more fulfilling and sustainable way of living, one that brings true happiness.
Remember, true wealth is not measured in dollars and cents, but in the richness of our relationships, the love we share, and the connections we build, the depth of our experiences, the adventures we embark on, and the memories we create, and the peace we find within ourselves, the calm that comes from living a life aligned with our true values.
We are all capable of living a life of meaning, a life that extends beyond the pursuit of material wealth. It starts with a shift in perspective, a shift that allows us to see the true value in our everyday actions and interactions. It's about recognizing that our worth is not tied to our net worth. Our true value lies in the relationships we build, the kindness we show, and the love we share.
It's about understanding that true happiness comes from connection, purpose, and contribution. Imagine a world where we measure success not by what we own, but by the positive impact we have on the world. A world where our daily actions are driven by a desire to make a difference. Imagine a world where we prioritize time with loved ones, pursuing our passions, and giving back to our communities. A world where the simple joys of life are celebrated and cherished.
This is not a utopian dream. It's a call to action. It's a call to reclaim our time, our energy, and our values. It's a call to redefine success on our own terms, to live a life that is rich in experiences, not just in possessions.
The journey starts with a single step. It starts with awareness, with intention, with a commitment to living a more authentic and meaningful life. It starts with choosing to chase our dreams, not just dollars. The world is waiting to see what we create when we unleash the wealth within. When we choose to live with purpose and passion, we free ourselves from the greed that is taking over human lives.
Let's build a world where we value people over profits, compassion over possessions, and purpose over possessions. Let's create a legacy that extends beyond ourselves, a legacy of love, compassion, and positive change. A legacy that will inspire future generations to live with intention and heart. Together, we can make this vision a reality. Let's start today with small steps that lead to big changes. Let's create a world where every life is a life of meaning. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like it. Your support really means a lot to me. Don't forget to share this with your friends and subscribe for more content. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Take care of your most precious asset, which is time.